Aloha! Welcome back, kids, and anybody else is watching. I've got a short one for you, as short as I can make it. I had 4 different fourth grades that I went to in 1963. I was 9 years old. It was pretty life-shattering for me. That's what I'm saying. Is anything life-shattering for anybody out there at a certain age? For me, it was 9 years old. I had besides having 4 different fourth grades, I had the same test of Christopher Columbus test. What are the chances of every time I went to 4 different fourth grades, every time I got done with a report card, we moved to another school. So every time I went to the next school, I had the same test. I think the chances of that are very, very rare that you would have the same test, let alone the same test. Were they waiting for me? I don't know. By the way, Skippy says hi. We started off with Raritan, New Jersey. Raritan, New Jersey was it was it was a Catholic school, actually. There you go. I never thought about it. So we have a Catholic school, one Catholic school out of 3. Never thought about that. So I got a B. Who discovered America? Yeah, that's right. We were told Christopher Columbus. So I got a B. The next school, 2,500 miles later, down in Scottsdale, Arizona, we had the same test, and the test was, who discovered America? Well, of course, it was Christopher Columbus. I got another B. After that report card, we shot right up to Triangle School in Hillsborough, New Jersey, and it was, who discovered America? Well, you see, before we had that test, I brought in a current event, and the current event said that the shoreline of New Jersey, which I was living in, it was actually, I don't know if it was Asbury Park or where the heck it was, but it was on the shoreline of New Jersey that we had a shield and a helmet wash up on shore. And I said, was there a sword? They said, no sword. And up the road in Boston, we had a whole stove, a Viking stove that showed up there. So that current event gave me a little edge here, kinda, because when the test came out, who discovered America, I put down Christopher Columbus rediscovered America. It was actually Leif Erikson. Vikings were here first. I get a B plus. After that report card, we shoot right back down 2,500 miles to Kenilworth, Phoenix, Arizona, and I had the same test again. Now, excuse me, the test was identical to what I just had, 3 in a row. So I figured I was gonna get an A plus on this one. By the way, kids, the reason you get a B or a B plus is because you've missed a few, and I missed 2. They had red checks on them, and I never looked up the right answer. I should have done that. Do that if you ever get a test. Look up the right answer. So when it comes down to the teacher giving me out I didn't tell her that I had it already watched this movie 3 times, the same test. I just said, thank you. Excuse me. So I said the same thing. Who discovered America? Well, it was Christopher Columbus rediscovered America, and Leif Erikson was here. The Vikings were here first. I get a D minus. Well, I bring the paper back home. Mom and Dad were teachers. They like to teach in both states, apparently. So I saw the black belt coming off my dad, and Mom stopped him from doing the spanking that I was probably well deserved to get, but not on this situation. And I said, Mom and Dad, this book is. I didn't say the book was wrong. I said the teacher was wrong, and both of them said, no, you can't say that. Mom pulls out the current event that she had saved, bless her heart, and she says, you give this to the teacher and say, would you please reassess my grade? So that's what I did when I went back to school. I said, Teach, can you reassess my grade? She says, oh no, I've already read this. I already know about this current event. Oh, you know about it already. And prior to that, I said the book was wrong. You never tell a teacher the book is wrong. They get they believe the book. As many other medical field, everybody believes their book. You know what I mean? Okay, that'd be another story. So the teacher says, would you like an A? I said, would I like an A? My parents are teachers. You know my parents. I'd love to have an A. She says, follow what's in the book. I said, oh, I didn't know that. I lied. I knew I couldn't change her mind. She believed the book. The book was a lie. And that's where the lighthouse went off for me on many levels, because when I did research on this, that's exactly where the Vikings landed on the Jersey. It was down from it was down on look it up, please. Bernanke Bay Lighthouse. 500 years ago, they were here. They found the artifacts in the 30s. So I'm just saying, I'm just going to add it up to 34. 34 to 64. 33 to 63. That's 30 years that they could have changed that book. Why didn't they? What's the intent here? I don't want to go there. But we do know that the Vikings were here 500 years ahead of time. My point being, I didn't read another book after my fourth grade until I got to, I did go to 20 schools and I did graduate, as close as it may be, but that would be another story. And I can't go there right now. I'm just saying, I'm not telling you kids, I'm actually telling you kids and whoever's watching, read. But don't believe a thing what you're reading until you apply it. And that is, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, meaning when you have knowledge and you apply it correctly, that's where wisdom comes in. And after knowledge and wisdom, you're going to have love. Knowledge, wisdom, and love in balance is what the secret of life is. And that's what I've understood it to be. Now, I had knowledge and wisdom really early in my experience of life, and I'm still working on love. Yeah, at least to see it in everyone, you know. That's what we're here to do. So, do the best you can on balancing all three. Your knowledge, wisdom, and power. Until then, Skippy says aloha. So do I. Be well. God victory. Talk to you soon.